And then in that room, a nurse will ask you like a ton of different like medical history questions, and they'll hook your, is it an IV? They'll hook your IV in, and they'll take your blood. They take your blood again last minute to check your blood type and all that. In case something happens, they have blood on hand for you or whatever. The doctor will come in at some point and explain what's going to happen. And the anesthesiologist will come in also, ask you questions and explain. Did he explain much? I think he just asked me a bunch of the same questions. And you put all your clothes in a bag, and then they'll take you to the operating room. And they'll take your bag up to your room. You don't have to worry about that. And this is how it went for me. So I walked into the operating room, and then they had me climb up onto the, operating bed or whatever you want to call it. And that was weird for me because I never had surgery. So I thought they were going to put me to sleep somewhere and then take me to this room. But it was really trippy, interesting, and intimidating to get into this room and see like a whole like buffet table full of instruments and blue napkins and just stuff everywhere. So they got me up onto the table, and the anesthesiologist proceeded to they did a spinal on me. Which, epidural, it totally numbs your whole bottom half. So, he did the spinal. That was another like little anxiety point. Like, oh my God, that big needle, is it gonna hurt? It didn't hurt. It was like a few little pinpricks, not even a big deal at all. But man, as soon as he it's because of all this stuff, I've tried to be so clean and healthy. I don't even have a glass of wine. I might have a sip off of somebody else's once in a blue moon. So I'm not playing with any fun stuff. So he put that stuff in me. I don't know what else he may have given me something to calm down to in the beginning. He put that in me, and then I had to scoot down the bed and lay down and get in a position. And then he said he was going to put the thing over me to put me to sleep on top of it, the anesthesia, I guess. Man, he put that spinal in me, and I started spinning like that, spinning. I'm like, how many glasses of wine did I just have? It like super wasted. So if they do that to women who have babies, how can they even think or be awake or push, or I don't know. But anyway, I had to scoot down and lay down. I was able to do it, but man, I was wasted. And that's it. I laid down. I don't even remember him putting the thing on my face. Nothing. I was out. And I told him, I don't want to be one of those people that like goes through surgery and sees everything that's happening. I don't want to see, I want to be down. I don't want to see nothing. So next thing I remember, I'm waking up and they're wheeling me. I can feel them all rushing and wheeling me, obviously probably to my room. And I'm telling them I'm sick as soon as I wake up. Sick. I don't know what I said. I'm going to vomit. I said, I'm nauseous. I'm going to vomit. And they said, get her something to throw up in. Well, it was too late. I threw up. But it was like, do I throw up on myself? I don't know how I'm feeling right now, but I don't want them to wipe it off and be touching me and then I'm in pain. So I just threw up in my mouth. Yeah, it happens. I'm telling you, bag of bones. So then I got up to the room, and actually, I don't remember getting up to the room, but I remember at some point trying to, like open my eyes, and I couldn't open my eyes because I was still spinning. I imagine, somewhere that spinal happened somewhere around 9:30 or 10 in the morning. And I was spinning up until 4 a.m. I couldn't open my eyes. I could just barely open them like that just to kind of see who was around me. No. And then after that, I felt like, hungover, but at least I wasn't spinning anymore. So, and then my husband and my mom came and they were giving me apple juice. I got sick then up there too. I vomited a couple times after that. I don't know, how long after they came to see me or whatever, but And then of course, so yeah, I just laid there listening to them and I couldn't really open my eyes too much. And it was very hard to talk, just like you're wasted. They weren't there long and then they got kicked out. They had to leave, which was fine because, what could I do? I'm just laying there. They hook these massaging things up to your calves. Actually, they do that in the operating room before you lay down, squeezing your legs so that you don't get a blood clot. I asked them if I could take them home because, man, it feels good. I said, my husband's not that good of a massager. Can I just bring these home? So, but no, they didn't let me. But so I had those on the whole time up until I left. The nurses, I had a nurse coming in and out. It seemed like every 5 minutes. If I'd fall asleep, then she'd be in there, checking on me, checking on my vitals. What did she do? They would take my blood pressure when they came in, and I don't even know what else they did. They'd put something in my IV. I don't know, was it pain medication or was it antibiotics? I have no idea. But that went all constantly through the night. And then I had the best nurse at night. She was explaining to me, because my mom says ever since I've been a little girl, like I don't just do something if you tell me I need to do it. I need to know why. So she was really good at explaining to me, I have to do this, but this is why. So that was good, because otherwise I won't listen. And then I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, I'm going to guess. She's like, okay, well, my shift ends at 7, but do you want to dangle? I'm like, what is dangle? I still couldn't open my eyes at that point. Sit at the edge of the bed and just lay your feet over. I think they're trying to get you up. I was like, no way, I'm spinning. So then, and she had me doing that breathing thing, which I should go get it. Hold on. Doing this breathing thing where you suck on this thing. You're supposed to suck on it like a straw. And I don't even, she told me like what the goal is, because you see, let me see if you can see it. It has like numbers, right? 1,000, 1,500, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what she said, what we're shooting for, but, and then over here, if you look, I don't know if you can see on this end, it'll tell you like good, better, best. I don't know if you can see that. Because when you suck on it, this little thing goes up, like the air makes it, fly. Anyway, it's to help your lungs kind of get back to, I guess, breathing on their own after they put the tube down your throat during surgery. And I noticed every time I would do it, it would like bring up a little bit of like mucus, phlegm. So it helped, and your throat is pretty dry and like kind of tired and sore. And your lungs are already like tired. They don't want to expand as much as you normally would when you're just, living and breathing. So I don't even know how long I'm supposed to do this for, but anyway, they said every time you're awake, do it every hour. That I remember. So they gave me that. So I had to do that. And I was doing that when I was still like couldn't open my eyes. But around 4 a.m., I asked the nurse to come and dangle me. And she had said in the night, as soon as you walk, I'll be able to take your catheter out. And that was another anxiety thing. Oh my God, the catheter, what's that going to feel like coming out? Is it going to hurt? Bleh. So by 4 a.m., I wasn't spinning anymore. So I called her. I says, okay, let's dangle. And we did get up. I got up. It wasn't easy, but I got up. Listen, up until this point right now, 8 days post-op, no, 7 days post-op, 7 days post-op, none of the pain, I wouldn't even really call it pain, it's discomfort. Because of everything I went through with the pain with my period, this is nothing. So it wasn't easy to get out of bed because you have these things on your, I got it laparoscopically, by the way. I guess I should have said that from the beginning. I got it laparoscopically. So I have 3 little cuts on my belly. I'm not going to show you this bread basket. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sharing enough. But, it feels stiff and a little sore. So it was hard to get out of bed, but I did. And I walked almost to the door. I mean, we're talking maybe 5 steps. And I got super hot and dizzy. So nurse said, no, back to bed. So back to bed I went. And a little bit later, I wanted her to take out my catheter. This is the point. I called her before she left. I made it a point because she was so sweet and so nice and gentle and patient with me. So, and they're not all that way. I found out later in the morning, but we won't get into that. So I wanted her to be the one to take out my catheter, and man, see, because I never had anything, I never been around any of this, I just don't know, but ooh-wee, you nurses have to deal with a lot. She came in, she took my catheter out, which, by the way, I didn't feel a damn thing. It was like nothing, and I was so worried for nothing about it. Probably because I had the spinal, I don't know, but boy, was I happy. But she was cleaning me up down there because you do have a little bit of blood, which again, nothing compared to my period. So, but she had to clean me up down there because they didn't put chonies on me or anything or a pad. I was free flowing there with a, like a puppy pad underneath me. Look I can kind of giggle now and not have to totally hold my stomach. So yeah, I mean, newfound respect, right? I don't know who signs up for that job either. Woo-wee. What kind of selflessness do you have to have? Grade A. Anyway. So, it's just somebody you don't even know. Anyway, I was so glad she was there for me. But the next morning, they're wanting to feed you. I'm worried about eating because I don't want to have a gallstone attack, number 1. And number 2, I don't want to get sick. So they gave me liquid in the morning. At first, I was on a liquid diet, so that's good. I got juice, I got soup, just all liquid. Jello. And I looked on the ingredients. No gelatin. I was like, okay. Anyway, then finally they were able to feed me. I mean, this was it really was pretty fancy. So I ordered a bowl of fruit, mixed fruit. And so they brought me that, and I had all kinds of fruit that I was good with. And then at lunchtime, they were bringing more food. But it was all lunchy food, and I wasn't ready. After fasting for 2 days, basically juice fasting, I wasn't ready to introduce food right away. So, but I ordered it, and I gave it to my husband to eat. And it was so fancy. I mean, I have a picture somewhere, but I don't know. It was ginger miso glazed salmon on top of some kind of brown rice mixed with vegetables and stuff inside. They even put an orchid flower on the plate. Can you believe? And they brought me a V8 juice with a little cup and ice and a straw. So that was like my Bloody Mary. So he ate my lunch and then I just had the Bloody Mary. And I was gone. I left the hospital and I had to go to my doctor's office after the hospital for the post-op. But I was gone. I don't even think I was in that room for 24 hours. I think by 12 or 1, I was out of the hospital. Boom, next day. Went to the doctor's office for the post-op. And by that time, he had already went and saw my husband and my mom in the lobby and gave them pictures. I'm not going to show you pictures because, like I said, sharing enough. But it was nasty. So, you know, you go from one place telling you have maybe 5 fibroids and maybe some cysts to another place telling you, no, you don't. You only have 1 fibroid. But you know, I had a feeling they were going to find everything they found. I knew it was going to be a cluster up in there. A cluster, you know, and it was. Okay, so first of all, laparoscopic surgery. Laparoscopic hysterectomy. I went yesterday for my checkup with the doctor. Let me put my glasses on so I can kind of see. So it's a total hysterectomy and all these words. Okay, so they took my uterus, my tubes, my cervix. They left my ovaries, but they had to, I had a huge cyst on one of my ovaries. I don't think it says the size here. It might be on the other one, but I'm not bending over to get that other one. It was at least 4 centimeters, I think. Anyway, that was a big one on my ovary cyst. But I had 8 fibroids. And one of them in particular, which is of course the one that is like the brat and gives you the most pain and the most bleeding and the most complications, it was on the outside of the uterus, grown into the wall of the uterus, and then grown into the cavity of the uterus. So when you have those, like, your bleeding is off the charts, your pain is off the charts, that kind of thing. I don't know how many cysts they found, I don't know how many cysts, but they found at least a few. And they found some endometriosis and they found some adenomyosis. So, and I knew I was going to have all that. If you don't know what that is and you're interested, you can Google it. But basically, I could totally mess this up. But endometriosis is when the lining of the uterus grows outside of the uterus, so it can attach to different organs. It can fuse organs together and stuff like that. Adenomyosis is when the lining of the uterus grows inside the uterus wall. And the doctor said that in particular, people have really bad pain, extreme pain with. It's like childbirth pain, they say. Because the body is trying to shed that lining. So even once it's shed all the lining, it still thinks it has more to shed because they're in there in the muscles, the muscle of the uterus or the wall of the uterus. So it keeps thinking, so it keeps contracting to shed it, but it won't shed, of course, because it's stuck there. So I was a big old mess. And if you see, he literally did like before and after. The uterus, you couldn't even tell that there was an actual organ there. It was unidentifiable. It was just like a bunch of nastiness, lumps and bumps. You couldn't tell there was an actual organ. The before and after pictures were crazy because he shows you before when it's inside and it's like all these lumps and bumps and gross and yuck. And then afterward, it's just like all clear, all clean. You can tell by looking at it like it's healthy, beautiful flesh. So it's like my insides are like a baby's butt, brand new. I think I got a Lamborghini in there now by the time I don't know when I pay for all this, but anyway, so doctor said like I should have had this done years ago. And it's like, duh. Yeah, I know that now. So that was pretty much the surgery. The after, my husband took the first week off and took care of me. I was able to wipe myself and stuff like that, but getting down on the toilet, getting up off the toilet, getting down on the couch, you can't bend over. Basically, you're getting weighted on hand and foot because you're not supposed to do anything, but you are supposed to be up because you don't want to get blood clots, right? So there's like a fine line. And like all the women on YouTube say, you know, like don't do too much because then you'll be tired the next day. And that's what the doctor told. Okay, so I went to the, okay, how do I start this? So he took the first week off and then my mom took the second week off. We're in the second week now. Today's the last day, basically, right? She's been coming over here and staying. And I'm supposed to be on house arrest for 2 weeks, but we have gone out. He doesn't want me to get sick either. Like he's really like, don't, cause whatever, anyway, whatever's going on. But we have gone, I've gone in the car. I got one of those little waist back supporter, sucker upper things. Kind of helps you when you're in the car. A lot of women said like when they switched from side to side, they could feel their guts inside sloshing. I haven't had that yet anyway. I haven't had any of that, but I do feel more safe. And then I just hold the seatbelt away from me and I stay in the car. Mom goes and gets whatever. And then I just stay in the car. So at least I can be outside. We did that like twice. But I mean, I'm up, I'm able to pretty much do dishes. I can't lift anything more than 15 pounds for 8 weeks. And I don't want to bust a stitch, so I'm trying to be careful. And they're helping water the garden. That's the main thing, right? In the front, in the back, and the, What else about during the week? Recovery. You cannot get comfortable. I couldn't get comfortable laying on my back because I never lay on my back when I sleep. On my sides, it was hard because you're still feeling the outside, you know, of your tummy. So you have to have like pillows all around you. I didn't buy a wedge. I didn't buy any of that because I thought, I don't want to waste my money just for, you know, a temporary situation. So I had a ton of pillows here, there, everywhere, you know, and then I have Monkey, my stuffed monkey that, you know, I sleep with. So I'd put him on my belly or whatever to try and like get up out of bed or to lay down into bed. Or if you want to lay on your side, you got to put, you know, pillows in your back, pillows in your front, pillows under your legs. Check out YouTube because there are like, if you're going to get this done, there are like videos that will tell you how to get up, how to get down, how to sleep on your side, blah, 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 how to get into those positions. But yeah, so I didn't do that. I haven't gotten like an 8-hour night's sleep, partly because at night, like I might get a little nervous to go to sleep, like, oh, I'm in pain, or pain is such a strange word now because it's not, I've felt pain. This is not really pain. But yeah, so sometimes it'll take a while to go to sleep. And then my husband, sometimes he moves so much and then he wakes me up and then that's it because I'm a real light sleeper. And then I can't sleep. So, but every day, literally every day, it gets a little bit better. And one thing I've noticed is first you feel all the stuff on the outside of your body. You're feeling the cuts that are on your tummy and their stiffness, or they're like, ooh, I don't want to move too much because I don't want to bust a stitch. And I'm thinking, how strong are these stitches and this glue on my belly? Because I got, you've seen my videos. I got a good little sourdough bread basket happening here, but they're holding. So, you don't want to move this way, that way, this way. You feel more stiff and like you want to be real careful. You don't want to bust a stitch. But okay, so anyway, you feel most of it on the outside first. And then slowly, day by day, you start to heal. And then you'll start to feel all of the more internal stuff. So my belly's getting a lot better. For the most part, it's a lot easier for me to like get out of bed and stuff. But I'm feeling it internally just within the past, I don't know, maybe 3 days. Internally, So, but I went and saw the doctor and he checked me out. Oh my God, they had me undress and I said, I was in there having a fit. Like he said nothing in there for 8 weeks. Why is he trying to go in there? No enter. So I was nervous the whole time sitting there waiting for him to come in. And then I gave it to him when he came in. You said, why is that on the counter? Why is that jelly and those rubber gloves on the counter if nothing's supposed to enter for 8 weeks? So anyway, I don't know if he aborted, mission or because I was scared or if he wasn't going to do it. The nurse said they have that stuff up there all the time, but he did look, literally just like, that and that's it. He wanted to make sure I didn't have an infection. He said I was healing faster than most, and that either means that I'm built for contact sports or I'm built for surgery. So I'll go with contact. But he said when you heal fast like that, you have to be careful because you think you're doing good. And then if you do too much, you won't feel it right away. You'll feel it in 6 to 8 hours. You'll feel it the next day. So you still need to be really careful. So I'm doing my best, but seeing the yard and the weeds already growing and doing stuff, I've already planted some seeds, but not in the dirt, like in little 3 to 4 inch cups. We'll get into that. But, and I had, my husband lift the soil onto the table for me and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't do anything like naughty, but I wanted to do something because you go from being out there every day. I went from 10 to 20,000 steps a day. And I think yesterday I finally got 1,700 or something steps. So it's a big difference. And now I don't even know how to sit still anymore. So balance, right? And then just patience. But okay, so we got the big thing. We got back the reports of everything that they took out because they have to check it all for cancer or who knows what else. I don't even know. Everything's fine. Everything they checked and no sign of cancer. So that's done. And then this big long list of everything they found and where they found it and all that kind of stuff, So I think that's pretty, I should go over some of the care items, which all the women on YouTube, I got it from them. It's nothing brilliant I came up with. But this thing, number 1, this is the best thing because when you're able to walk around and you do get tired of asking people, can you bring me this? Oh, I dropped that. Can you get that? So you have this, I got the Simple Green from underneath the counter with this, since I guess you're not supposed to bend over, right? For I don't know how long, but my doctor said house arrest for 2 weeks. Anything after that is up to your discretion. But a lot of the women on YouTube are saying don't bend over because you're gonna feel it later. So I'm just not doing that. So this is number 1, greatest invention ever. If I need something from a bottom drawer, I can get it. I don't have to ask for every little damn thing. And then I do have my basket of goodies here. So let's see. a gas X. A lot of women complained that they had gas, like, and it would get trapped in their shoulders and stuff like that. I actually didn't get that. I have a lot of gas, but it's all coming out. So from the very get, it's coming out. So I have had some, but barely. And then I didn't have to touch Percocet. They gave me Percocet. I didn't even have to touch it. They gave me a Motrin 600, and that's all I've been taking. First, you take it like, he had me taking it every 6 hours. And then after 48 hours, you don't have to take it anymore, but I still was. I think I went to 8 hours, then I went to 10 hours, then I went to 12 hours. Maybe I'll back off a little bit of that now. You know, I've been doing it every 12 hours. So I'm gonna find out how to dispose of the perks. Facey wipes. I wanted Facey wipes when I went into the hospital, so then I just put them in my little care basket. Colace. Doc had me taking Colace, 100 milligrams twice a day. But because I'm eating veg, like, it's going through me anyways, because you don't want to strain it all. So I literally just took it because I want to just sit down. That's it. I don't want to strain it all. So what he told me, and I talked to him about it yesterday, because I'm like, I'm going like 3 times a day and it's getting irritating. So he said, you can go back off to 1 or you can back off to none. He goes, look, at you just don't want it. He said, just like Goldilocks, not too soft, not too hard, just right. So take that for what it's worth. 100 milligrams twice a day is what he had me on. And let me tell you, because I didn't need anything for so many days, I came home, I took 2 Colace. That first night I was home, I had my husband getting me up through the whole night. And of course it was all liquid, but the whole night. So either eat or don't start on it until you start eating. What else is in here? Oh, cough drops. Oh my God. Cough drops, because your throat gets all scratchy and dry, and then you're wanting to cough a lot, especially when you do that breathing thing. It hurts like hell to cough because your stomach. So what they tell you to do is put a pillow on your tummy and, you know, kind of compress it and then try to cough. So, but it doesn't really help. And the first time I had a sneeze, oh my God, I thought I would die. That sneeze came out of nowhere. And it was traumatizing because, you know, when you sneeze, you don't realize how much you do your whole tummy. That one hurt a little bit, but I got over it by the next day. And then I got like air spray cleaner just to have fresh air in here, you know, because if I'm by myself and we got sliding glass doors, but this is an old house, right? So you gotta, you know, have some push behind you. So if I was here alone, or I'm sitting here all day, so I wanted to have some nice fresh air, fresh scent. That's pretty much all I have. Just half the stuff, you know, I used it here and there. Taking stuff to the hospital, I packed a bag. I left in a moo-moo. They give you chonies, they give you a pad, they give you everything. I took a toothbrush and toothpaste. I didn't want to get up and brush my teeth. I was not going to shower there. Like, none of that was happening. Ooh. Matter of fact, I didn't even shower for like maybe 3 days after I got home. Ooh-wee. I mean, if you can do it before that, I suggest it, because you get to the point where you can't stand yourself. Especially with all that, whatever they were putting inside you, you know, it's all coming out. Ew. So yeah, I'm trying to shower every day now. Because those first few days, it's like, no way. But that's it so far. I saw a lady on YouTube, I don't remember what the channel's called, but she gives you like a progress of like 6 or 8 weeks after surgery to walk. Like end of the first week, be able to walk 5 minutes. End of the second week, be able to walk 10 minutes. You know, real slow, gradual build up. So yeah, I'm going to take one more week of just walking around the yard and stuff. And if somebody's watering, then I can supervise. And then after that, I'd like to get, even if I only get to do 15 or 20 minutes walking, I'd like to do something so that I, you know, get back to it. I'm not too fast, but get back to it. Don't become lazy. So far I'm feeling okay and everything's good, and I'm so fresh and so clean now inside. So I don't know when I'll give another update. I'm doing this on this channel because why should I make another channel just for this? This isn't going to be ongoing, you know, but I think it's important for people that are thinking about it, or that are suffering, or that just want to, you know, have some information. I'm putting it up for that. So, but it won't be ongoing. I mean, I don't know when I'll do another one. We'll see. If you have any questions, I'll do my best. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a girl who talks with trees. And if you have any suggestions, or you've gone through it yourself and you have like any, like I would have done this different afterward, let me know. And that's all. Thanks for listening, and hopefully this helps somebody. Okay, see ya.